Vegan pancakes are one of the pancakes I have ever tasted, and this one is so delicious and fluffy. If you are a vegan, you are lucky to have these pancakes. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mabel and this is Zoya Affairs. Today I make these vegan pancakes which I use with homemade plant milk, and let me show you how I make this. Today I am using soya beans to make the soya milk which I'll be using to make these pancakes. So first I'll measure that because I just don't want it to be too much. I initially wanted to measure half cup, but this is more than half cup. Let's say half cup with a teaspoon, and I'll just do it anyways. So I added it into the bowl, and look at that. There is so much you can make with soya beans. First I'll go ahead to add in water, and I'll just cover this and allow it to sit here overnight. And when I come back in the morning, I'll go ahead to open it up, and look at that. It has swollen and it has doubled up in size. So I will transfer it out of this bowl, and I'll go ahead to squeeze it with my hands to make sure it is properly clean. If today is your first time here, I want to specially welcome you and thank you for stopping by to click on this video to watch it. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell. Now the beans is nicely cleaned. Just look at that. I'll pour this into my blender and I'll add water and I'll allow it to blend. And here is the peel which I was able to peel from the beans. You don't trash this, you use it to feed the animals. And the water from the beans, you add it to your plants. Use it to wet your flowers and they are going to blossom beautifully. So I'll add the beans into the blender and blend this into a smooth paste. I already have a very detailed video of soya milk on my channel. Please do to check it out if you have not watched that video already. Now I'm just going to strain out the milk from the pulp and I'll set the milk outside. And this pulp you are seeing, I will be using it as well. I already have so many videos on the channel about how I use this pulp to make so many delicious recipes. So today I will share with you a video of how I will use this soya beans pulp to make my pancakes, and which come out so fluffy and very delicious. This is the milk. I'm going to add this into a pot and cook it until it is nicely cooked. While that is cooking, I'll go ahead to scrape the pulp out from the strainer, and I'll just keep this in the refrigerator until I want to use it. And you can actually sun dry it, or you can dehydrate it, or you can just store it in the freezer if you are not using it anytime soon. So the milk is done now, and look at that. Once the milk is nicely done, it's going to have these particles on top of the milk. I really don't know the name for this thing, but I know that you use it to make your smoothies. You add it to your smoothies, for banana smoothies or for apple smoothies or any smoothies that you want to make, which you are going to be adding soya milk. You add this on top of it. You just blend everything together and it's going to come out beautifully. Stay tuned for you to see the recipe of how I'm going to use that to make a delicious smoothie. Now the milk is done. I will take it out from the heat and I'm going to strain that to be able to get out any more particles from the milk. So this is the milk. After 20 minutes it has been cooling down and it is already cool now. That is why you see this particle that came to the top of it. That indicates that the milk is nicely cooked. and you see the object. I don't know the name. If you do know the name of these things, please do share with me in the comment section. Next, I'll go ahead to strain the milk one more time because I don't want any other particles in it. I just want it to be plain whole milk, and I'll pour it over into the chiffon cloth, and look at that, I was still able to get some pops from the soya milk, the remaining or residual soya beans pops. Now I'll set that aside, and just look at that, it was still many. Now I'll go ahead to pour the milk into the jar, and I'll just freeze that until I want to use it. Now to make the pancakes, I'll measure 1 cup of all-purpose flour, add that into a bowl, and go ahead to add the soya beans pulp, the one I extracted the other time. It was about ½ cup, so I add that into it, and I'm going to add in 1 egg. I also added about 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm adding in the salt, and I also added the baking powder. And for more flavors, I'll be adding in some nutmeg. And I'll also measure about 2 tablespoons of melted butter before I'll go ahead to add in the milk. And you can actually use any milk of your choice, but I am making this as a vegan pancakes. I was once a vegan, but now I eat all kinds of food. I don't know why. I don't know why the changes, but I am grateful to God that I am no longer a vegan. I eat any food. I can eat any meat, any protein, any fish, and I'm grateful to God for that. So I'll combine everything together now until it gives me a perfect consistency, which I am aiming for. And if you feel like you can find bubbles or lumps in your batter, don't worry about it. It's going to melt once it gets to the fire. So once I'm done mixing everything together, I'll set it aside. So in a heated pan, I am using my non-stick pan. I'll start to scoop in the batter just like this until it is all well nice and golden brown. I don't want this to be too brown, so I just scoop it in and allow it to bubbles up like this. As you can see the bubbles, once the bubbles went down, now I'll flip it over so the other part can also cooked before I will take it out from the heat, and I repeat the same process for all the batches. And once everything is done, just look at how pretty this is, and it was so flavorful. It was fluffy and delicious, and I really enjoyed. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.